Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. So, on a day that is just a week and a day away from Christmas.
And 2 days away from the big snowstorm.
Did you do the crossword?
I did.
And were you snowed in or by the crossword?
It took me a little bit to figure out what was going on, but not snowed in, no.
Good. I didn't find this to be too difficult. Actually, I thought the theme was fun.
Yes, very.
And just very alliterative.
Well, yes, of course.
So, rather than just continue to sort of gnaw away at this, why don't you talk about the theme?
Okay, well, there were 4 themed answers, and they were quite long because they were each 3 words, the letter configuration of which was exactly the same except for 1 vowel. So, as you can imagine, they kind of created a sing-songy feel to the puzzle because you were repeating the same sounds with each of the themed clues. So, for example, the first one was a snide comment about a collectible figurine, and that was a knick-knack-knock.
Yep.
And then we had 26 across, kerfuffle over beach footwear, and that was a flip-flop flap. Then we had 48 across, feeling of guilt after cheating at table tennis, and that was ping-pong pang. And then finally, my favorite, singer Parton when she's aimlessly wasting time, and that was dilly-dally-dolly. So anyway, it was cute.
They're all fun to say.
Yes, they are.
And this was by Kathy Lowden, her 5th New York Times crossword.
Oh, very good, Kathy.
Yep.
Yeah, that was very funny. Mm-hmm.
Looks like she specializes in Monday and Tuesday crosswords.
Oh, I had trouble because I was trying to put the vowels in the wrong place. Because for the first one, snide comment about a collectible figurine, I was thinking, something, I saw the K's and the N's and the C's, and I thought, it's something knick-knack. And I'm like, it's knock knick-knack. Oh. And no, it was knick-knack-knock.
Knick-knack-knock.
Mm-hmm. And when you read the clue, that makes sense. But yeah. And the same thing with the flip-flop, I thought, kerfuffle over beachwear, I thought, it's something flip-flop. Mm-hmm. But it was flip-flop flap.
But at least the first, so for knick-knack-knock, the first vowel was coming out of hamburger topping, which was onion.
Right.
That wasn't too hard to figure out. So that sort of pinned down the I for me. And then 7 down, scram was scat. So that too was, because of all the crosses and so forth, it wasn't too bad.
It could have been shoe, which is what I put.
That's true.
So I had an O there. So I had knock. So I thought I was just kind of kerfuffled by it all. Mm-hmm. But I eventually figured it out.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
We had, let's see, I liked 1 down, the A of FAQ, asked.
That's right.
You don't hear about FAQs as much as you used to, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're still out there.
No, it's called ChatGPT. Why ask a frequently asked question when you could just ask ChatGPT?
Well, my phrase used to be Google for those too lazy to ask questions. But let's see here. We had I thought 10 across was interesting. Polynesian drink with psychoactive effects, and it was kava.
Yes.
I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. It could be kava or kava.
I think it was kava.
Kava.
I think it's kava.
But just the other day, we had cava, Cava, the Spanish wine, which is sort of like champagne. And I thought, wow, we've had cava and cava.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And if only they could have cavaed a place for both of them in one grid, but Don't know if that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
We had 15 across. All politics is blank, and it was local.
That's right.
Now, here's a trivia question for you. Do you know who first said all politics is local?
Benjamin Franklin.
Not according to this page from the Big Apple. Actually, it's barrypopick.com, so it must be definitive. He says, apparently Tip O'Neill, who was the Speaker of the House from he wasn't the Speaker of the House from 1912 to 1994.
No.
That's probably his entire lifespan.
Yeah, but he was at one time Speaker
Right.
of the House. I think in like the 1980s or so.
Okay, he used it, but apparently Brian Price was the Associated Press's Washington bureau chief and the author of the newspaper column Politics at Random, wrote, "Politics is local and all politics is local politics." And he said that in February of 1932.
Wow.
And he also said, and all politics is local in the last analysis in July of 1932. So he'd like to say all politics is local a lot.
Apparently.
And I found it interesting. He was director of the Office of Censorship for the United States government during World War II. For his role, he was recognized with a Pulitzer Prize.
Wow.
How do you get a Pulitzer Prize for being in charge of the Office of Censorship? It's like, good job of stopping people from writing things.
Well,
we'll give you.
Maybe he was given that because he stopped all the bad writing and just kept the good writing.
I presume he was the one deciding what was good and bad. I don't know. It was interesting that they had an Office of Censorship.
Yeah. Huh.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, they probably had to use a lot of whiteout.
Oh.
Yes, their office supply budget was mainly whiteout.
I don't think they had whiteout back then.
Okay, black tape then. They must have had,
They had
something.
erasers.
Did you know 18 down blank Drogo Game of Thrones role for Jason Momoa?
No.
Khal Droga. Or Khal Drogo, I guess. Mm-hmm. Some of that the name sounds familiar. I don't know why.
Sort of like Khan.
No, but it's Drogo that sounds, I don't know. Maybe I've heard it in terms of Games of Thrones or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what it was on. So
25 across. Prefix with natal or noir was neo.
Yes.
And I've heard of neonatal. I had not heard of neo-noir, which is apparently like film noir, but much more modern.
Oh.
So like all the John Wick films are considered neo-noir. The Sin City films ones are the same. I like 33 across. It's a good walk spoiled per Mark Twain. The answer was golf.
That's right, yes.
That's a great line. Did you know 33 Down, self-care company founded by Gwyneth Paltrow? Goop?
Yes, I did know that.
You did? Do you have any Goop?
No.
Should I be putting Goop on your holiday list?
I don't know that she calls her products Goop, but
well, that's the name of the company.
That's the name of the company,
right?
But I don't know that that's what she calls her products. Maybe it is, but no, I've never
used any Goop products.
Used any products from Goop?
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know what they are. Oh, I mean it's called self-care, so
it's maybe lotion. I mean, it's got the word Goop in it, so we know it's got to be something goopy.
Maybe. No. Next to it, another one of those non-words, self-evident, informally, obvi.
Right.
Obvi. Can you imagine saying that? Oh, so obvi.
Well, I want to know why people don't just say us.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna abbreviate a word. Why don't they just say the second half of it? That's so us.
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't have quite the same feel.
Oh, obvi.
It's the first part of the word that really gets you going semantically, I think.
Well,
Let's test that out with a couple of other words. Okay, so 36 across, drool essentially is saliva. So if you said Sally as opposed to va, I get maybe Sal and Iva. No, neither of those work.
No, I don't think so.
I guess you have to divide these words fairly carefully.
Right. But I just thought, oh, dear, we've just fallen so far here.
Yes, we have.
Obvi.
And speaking about falling far, 44 across, planet whose names make middle schoolers laugh. Uranus.
Yes.
I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's so funny about Uranus, but I'm sure something.
Oh, you'll figure it out.
Uh-huh. 46 down. Siberian herding dog was a Samoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Or Samoyed.
I'm not sure how that's.
Okay. If we have any Samoyed or Samoyed owners.
I know what they look like. They're cute dogs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Puppies especially. Well, puppies are cute. But yeah, they're a very attractive dog.
So these are the ones with the cask of beer about them, right?
The what?
The cask of beer?
No.
Those are the ones like in the Himalayas. Your rescue
like
dogs.
A Saint Bernard.
A Saint Bernard, there we go.
No,
Okay.
No, these are fluffy, furry dogs. I mean, because they're living in cold climates.
They would definitely have to be fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
47 across was on the ocean, was a sea. And 2 days ago, we had a shore.
That's right.
So we had a shore and a sea. And I really hope that yesterday there was something in between a sea and a shore. And the only thing I could find was spa. So, I mean, It's sort of like in a spa, you're on the ground, but there's probably a lot of water around. So a sea, spa, a shore.
Okay.
Actually, I got that wrong. It was a shore, spa, a sea.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's as much fun as I'm going to have today. So, all right, I think that's it for the crossword.
Okay.
But it is Tuesday, which means it's time for Triplet Tuesday. And this is a special Triplet Tuesday. This is a Triplet Tuesday contest.
That's right.
So, listeners, this is how it's going to work. This is like an ordinary Triplet Tuesday episode in which one of us reads 3 clues to the other. The answer to all 3 clues is one 3-letter answer. And your goal, your task, your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to try and guess that answer in as few clues as possible. And so I'll read a clue, and you should make a guess, and then write it down. And if you're convinced you've got it, then just hang on. We're gonna give you 2 more clues, and after each one, you might want to modify your answer and let us know how many clues it took you to get that answer. So hopefully that makes sense.
I think so.
Okay, and then we're going to do that 3 times. So if you get the first answer in 2 clues, if you get the second in 3 clues, that's 2 plus 3, it's 5. And if you get the third one in just 1, your total will be 6. And we want you to email us that number. How many clues it took you in total to get all 3 of those answers.
Right.
All right, so here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so instead of blurting these out as we usually do, you're going to write it down.
I don't blurt.
Well, okay, you don't blurt. I blurt.
Okay.
You elegantly describe.
I do my best.
All right, here we go. Account of a wild night out.
Account?
Account of a wild night out.
Is it account ACCOUNT?
It is indeed.
Account of a wild night out. Row.
You're not supposed to say it out loud. Oh no, we're going to have to edit that one out. Or possibly leave it in. Okay, so that's your first guess. Your second clue, computer key usually hit with the left pinky.
Computer key.
Listeners, you should be thinking about the answer right now and writing down what you think.
With the left pinky. And it's only 3 letters.
That is correct.
Oh.
I'll cover up the keyboard so you can't reference it. No cheating. There's a lot of dead air in today's episode.
Okay.
All right. And your third clue, amount owed at a bar.
Oh, I know that.
All right, well done. Listeners, we hope you did well as well. The answer, by the way, I think it's safe to reveal it now, was tab. Account of a wild night out would be account of a wild night out, or tab. And the computer key usually hit with the left pinky is the tab key. And amount owed at a bar is a tab.
Okay.
All right, nice job.
Okay.
So how many clues did it take you? Did you get it after account of a wild night out in one? Did you have to have that second clue? Computer key usually hit with the left pinky, 2, or did it take all 3? Record that number and then hold on to it because we're going to be adding it to the next set of numbers. Okay, here we go. Your second set of clues.
Okay.
Bit of evasion.
Bit of evasion?
Bit of evasion. Nope. All right. Listeners, hopefully you wrote down your answer. You might want to change it as a result of this second clue. Veer the other way.
Veer the other way?
Yes. All right. And your third clue, zig's opposite.
Zig's opposite?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that.
It is.
Oh, it
yes.
is.
Well,
okay.
well, I was trying to maintain a neutral face here. Not that anyone can see it, but yes. All right, so the answer indeed was zag. Bit of evasion is zag. Veer the other way is zag, as opposed to instead of zig. And of course, we had the third, zig's opposite, zigzag. So if you got it after bit of evasion, that's now 1. If you got it after veer the other way, that's 2. After zig's opposite, that's 3. So that number should be added to your first number. In fact, you should be keeping a running tab of the number of guesses it takes you to do this. Okay, here we go with your third set of clues.
Okay.
All right, listeners, put on your thinking caps. Northwestern follower.
Northwestern follower. Oh, I think I know this.
Okay. Want to let you know, Gene's pretty sharp. Okay, your second clue, lead in to tainment. And finally, part of a professor's email address. All right, those are all 3 clues. Ponder them carefully. The answer to this third set turns out to be edu. So Northwestern is northwestern.edu. It's a reference to the university. Lead into attainment is edutainment. And part of a professor's email address is .edu.
Right.
All right. So, listeners, how did you do? Let us know. Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com.
I did it in 6.
You did it in 6. Okay, so there's the bar. Well, actually, which is also where you would get your tab settled. And just let us know how many clues it took you in total to get all 3 of these. And if you want to give us any details as you were working on this, we'd love to hear about those as well.
Yes.
You can drop us a line with all of this information. I know there's a lot of homework. But you can drop us a line, crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com. You can also use the send fan mail link, but we don't have a way of communicating back that way, so email would probably work better here.
Yeah.
And whoever had the lowest score is going to win our fabulous prize, some Northeast Wisconsin swag,
Yep.
and a lovely t-shirt.
You betcha.
We're going to keep this contest open till, I think, Sunday.
Yep.
All right, Sunday night. Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. local time, wherever you happen to be living, or actually present at that time.
That's right.
So it'll be till Sunday night. So let us know how you did. Drop us a line. Again, crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com.
Yep.
That is it for today. thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back again with our cutting edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.